I'm Wulan, and today in this video I want to tell you about my best friend. Not a classmate or a neighbor, but a small beagle named Castor who changed my life forever. But before I start, I just want to let you know that I have a little notes behind the camera that direct me on the step of my story, like bullet point. So if you see me like I'm reading something, yep, I'm looking at my notes. First we start from who is Castor? Alright, Castor is my pet, my beagle with big my big ears, and he has a black, brown, and white coat here. Yep, he is Castor. Alright, second one. When did we meet for the first time? At the time I was just 10 years old when we met. For information, I'm currently 19 years old. At the time, my siblings had moved away to college in Denpasar, and of course I feel lonely, because I kept crying for a few days. My brother Eric brought Castor home, hoping he would keep me company, like that. The third one, what was my first impression of him? At first, I want nothing to do with him. Actually, I had trauma with dogs after being bitten on my mouth here when I was younger. And Castor, being only 2 months old, was quite naughty. Really. Though those first weeks were very hard for me. Castor chewed my school books, my shoes, my clothes, everything, and also he barks at shadows like that. At the time, I was thinking like, oh my god, I really don't like this puppy. Next one, what makes me feel like he is a friend? Since my parents were always busy working, I had to take care of him, right? Like bathing him, feeding him, and make sure he was okay. At first, I felt like core, but something changed between us over time. One thing I admire about Castor is his loyalty. I'll never forget. So that day when I come home from school, when there was no one to greet me because both of my parents are working, Castor, my friend, ran to the door, greeted me excitedly while wagging his tail like this, as if he had been waiting for me for a long time. At the time I feel like I'm important. From there, Castor was someone who was always waiting for me behind the door. It's so sweet. And also on my 13th birthday, my parents had to work late again. I sat alone at the couch with a small cake that I bought before. As I struck a match for the candles, I felt tears straightening. At the time, Castor placed his head on my lap, looking up with eyes that seemed to say, "Don't worry, I'm here, we're celebrating together," like that. It's so sweet. I fed him a tiny piece of my cake, something I'd never done before, and somehow it felt like, enough. From that, we became a best friend. I discovered that Castor had this incredible ability to match my mood. When I was energetic, he was playful. When I was quiet, he would just lie beside me. His warmth presence more comforting than any words could be. Sleep together, ate together, and spent countless hours playing in the park, my neighbor park. Who knows? The dog I once feared became the friends who made me laugh every day. He even seemed to enjoy our movie night, our Doraemon curled up next to me on the bed. The last one, Castor accident. Yeah, Caster accident. I want to tell you about Caster's accident. So when I graduate from my junior high school in Besombiu, I continue my high school in Singaraja. Because my new school is far from home, of course I had to stay from for home as well. I could only see Caster on weekends, but one weekend when I returned home, Caster wasn't there to greet me. So sad. My father told me he had run away. We searched everywhere, but he never come back. Yeah, until today. That was 4 years ago, but the pain still feels fresh. Sometimes I still looking for him when I come home on holiday. Sometimes I imagine I hear the click click or his nails on the floor, and sometimes when I'm feeling particularly alone, I don't know, I can feel the weight of his head on my lap, just like on that birthday when he made sure I wasn't alone. My mom said that a true friends understand you without judging and support you through ups and downs. And that's what Caster did for me. He wasn't just a dog. He was the friend who showed me what it means to love unconditionally and be loved the same way in return. He was my confidant when no one else was there to listen, my comfort when no one else noticed I was sad, and my absolute joy when no one else had time to play with me. Caster might have left my life, but he never left my heart. And yeah, he never will. Yep, that's all about Caster. Thank you.